WDTN, the station that's working for you. This is 2 News Now.
All righty. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me here on 2 News Now on what could only be described as an absolutely tranquil Thursday. You said
a lot of alliteration.
That's not. It's Tranquil Thursday. And it is. It's a very calm Thursday. We're really enjoying it. So thank you for being here. I am your host. I'm Alexis Bellamy, and Caleb Michael is sitting across from me. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Pleasure to be here, Alexis.
Thank you for being here. We're so happy to have you. Before we get into our top stories, we have got to take a look at the weather, because even though I described today as tranquil, I don't think it's going to stay that way, Steve, if that's
It's
right.
not. No.
Okay.
And it's not so tranquil in some areas of the Miami Valley. We're talking about the southern half right now, getting a little bit of rain, as you can see, roughly along I-70 and points to the south there. But yeah, still tranquil across the northern Miami Valley. We'll zoom in here, and you can see who's getting the rain at the moment. A little rain there right around Clark County, Springfield, some light rain down to Xenia. The metro seeing some light rain as well, and that does extend on over into the western part of Preble County and then down to the south across parts of Butler and Warren counties. There's the cold front that will come through later on this afternoon and into the early evening hours. Right now, just starting to move into western Illinois. Behind that will be the big story for tomorrow. We're talking about very cold temperatures tomorrow. Today will be in the mid-50s. Tomorrow we'll be lucky to even hit the upper 20s, so a big shock tomorrow. Right now, though, skies are becoming cloudy across the Miami Valley, and temperature-wise, some areas already hitting the 50-degree mark. 50 in Huber Heights, 51 in Enon, 50 in Moraine, and we're heading for the mid-50s as we head into the afternoon. 49 right now at Dayton International, increasing clouds, rain developing. That front will move through by mid-evening and then becoming windy this afternoon and this evening. Winds out of the south, 15 to 25, and gusting up to 40. So prepare for rain. Heading out today, definitely take the umbrella. You're going to need it.
I will say, I think today, or days like today, are all I need to get used to feeling just a little bit better than cold. And then, like, the cold coming, I'll just be shocked that it's cold again, out of nowhere.
Yeah, we're taking the highs from the highs and the lows from the lows.
But the good thing, it's going to be just a one-day cool down, right?
Okay.
We're talking Friday cool and then back into the 50s on Saturday, so that'll be nice.
That would be nice. Thank you, Steve. We'll listen to more from you later. Getting into your top stories now, Trotwood City Council has unanimously approved their budget plan, and that's for next year. And it does not include more funding for the fire department. That budget approval will cost 5 firefighters their jobs, we're learning. However, leaders say those positions actually could have been cut months ago. Over the past 4 years, grant funding paid for 9 full-time firefighting positions, of which 5 remained. The grant expired back in February, and the city paid for the positions until the end of this year. The city says those positions were never meant to be permanent, always set to expire when federal funding ended. Now, Trotwood's firefighter Local 4024 union says the number of 911 calls has increased by 15% over the past 5 years, and they do believe these cuts will impact that.
Another top story, a Springfield police officer will not be facing criminal charges following a September traffic stop that ended in the death of Patrick Foley. After police pulled Foley over, he ran away. They later found him and a chase ensued. Here's a look at the body cam right here. Police tased that man, which led to Foley being severely injured after hitting the ground. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced brain dead. We'll continue following this story.
And the Preble County Sheriff's Office is investigating today after the death of an infant. Very sad story here. Deputies went to a home on Camden West Elkton Road around 9 yesterday morning for a 12-day-old infant that was unresponsive. A man claiming to be the child's father said that the baby fell out of the bassinet and hit their head. Dispatchers instructed the caller through CPR, but EMS determined the infant was dead when they arrived.
Dayton Public Schools is honoring Karen Wick's legacy by naming their stadium press box in her honor. The Board of Education voted 4-2 in favor of the change to rename it after Wick, who died suddenly earlier this month. 2 members that voted against the idea say that the proposal should get more hearing from the public before it will move forward.
Finally, the first Wawa location in the Dayton area officially opened today in Huber Heights, you guys. Take a look at this. This is from that ceremony. Everyone is so happy about it. That ribbon cutting ceremony kicked the festivities off. Wawa is located at the corner of State Route 202 and Chambersburg Road. Now, during the first week of the store's opening, a portion of the hoagie sales will go towards the local food bank to help fight food insecurity. For a list of what to expect at the new Wawa, as well as other area locations, find this story online at WDTN.com. Caleb, are you a hoagie person? You gonna go?
Not by trade. I've been to a Wawa before, though.
Okay.
I have no problems. I have no qualms.
Okay.
What about you?
No, we have them at home. That's why I guess maybe I'm just a little surprised because
okay.
this is like we have.
So you
them
already know.
Yeah.
I'm excited, of course, for Buc-ee's to come. Gotta try some pulled pork.
Steve's excited for Buc-ee's.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
That maybe I should be too because that's the one that I'm really not familiar with. I've never been in one ever.
First time for everything.
Yeah, there is. So we're going to look forward to that. We are also looking ahead to what is coming up today. Listen to this, you guys. We've got a very nice, heartwarming story for you this morning. 2 News reporter Julian Jackson is joining us. He's live in Dayton this morning. He's at a home in the East End, and the family there, they just got a really special delivery. Listen to this. They just got a brand new furnace for their home from Extreme Heating and Cooling. Julian, good morning. Tell us a little bit about how this happened.
Good morning, Alexis. Good morning, Caleb. So I'm out in front of the house right now. It just rained a little bit. We have that rise in temperatures, of course, which is a really good thing, especially for installing a furnace right now. But let me show you what a furnace is not supposed to look like. This is from 1982. A surprise that it actually was able to last as long as it did. And let me tell you how this came about. So they actually had this service from friends of friends. They document it out. They do stuff like that over the past 10, 15 years. That actually kept the life of the furnace rocking for a long while. But the other day, the family had to make a call to the fire department. They smelled gas leak. The pilot light was no longer working. And from there, they said, we're going to shut this thing down completely. I'm sorry, you all are not going to have any gas. You're not going to, you can't use this. So they knew what they had to do. They bundled up in blankets, did everything they could. Fast forward, they call Extreme. That's their first phone call. They come in, they assess it. They said, there's nothing we can do with this. It would actually be dangerous to update any components on this. It would be even more dangerous. So the technician who came out, he left. He felt very down about the situation.
Of course.
He called his company. He talked to the owner, and he said, I don't know what to do. They don't have the means to finance this. They're freezing cold. There's an 87-year-old mother in there.
Wow.
We have to do something.
Who else is in the home, Julian?
Call back. There are 2 sons in the home, and so one thing here I do want to share is that mother has a credit card, but never exactly established credit. So, people, back in the day, everyone paid with cash, used credit card if you needed it. So she had a credit card, but didn't have any established credit. So that's why they really weren't able to finance. And on the other side, it was too much cash to come out of pocket for brand new furnace and install. Long story short, they're installing and finishing up a brand new furnace right now.
Wow. But that is a blessing for this family, especially with, as we've just heard and felt, with the weather being the way it has been.
Yeah, especially this time of the year around the holidays as well. Julian, we're going to look forward to hearing more of your story coming up on 2 News First at 4 and all throughout the day. Appreciate the update.
Thanks, Julian. All right, that brings us to our react to that question for this morning. Caleb's a little bit hip to it. I'm so excited because this will really help me get to learn a little bit more about you guys. Today's question, what is your go-to favorite holiday beverage? Could it be A, hot chocolate, B, apple cider, let's see, eggnog, or D, something or D, something I did not name. So
C was eggnog for all the eggnog lovers out there. Steve knows what it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're going to assume that we know Steve's, and I guess it's clear that we know Caleb's as well.
Yeah, I love eggnog. But the thing is, I don't want to sit here and say I don't like hot chocolate.
The other beverages.
Yeah. Apple cider is fine. I prefer apple juice. I'm not a fan of warm
You can't
apple
compare
flavored.
apple juice and apple cider. That was really weird. They're two
What's
different.
What's your go-to?
I'm hot cocoa. I love chocolate.
Peppermint hot chocolate this time of the year?
I can make it that, but I am just a warm hot chocolate marshmallows. And I actually usually do preserve it for this time of year. Like, I don't drink it.
Listen,
like
I'm not mad at that. I wish people were more open to eggnog, though.
I wish they were.
We talked about this a lot on the morning show this week.
We do. You guys do. But we're going to hear from people. So maybe someone will be on your side. That QR code is up there. Get in on the conversation. Are you guys going to go in Caleb's corner with eggnog? Or you guys like a nice apple cider or warm drink? Let us know. Scan the QR code. Get on the conversation. We'll hear from those responses when we get back. For now, we're going to take a short break. On the other side, we have more from Steve on exactly what we can expect outside and a very special guest taking a walk down memory lane as we say goodbye to a pillar in the community. We'll be right back.
2 News Now, brought to you by Universal Windows Direct.
Hi, I'm Dan, the owner of Universal Windows Direct of Dayton. This is Bowie. He's been sniffing out the coolest winter deals for you. For a limited time, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Get $250 off for patio doors and entry doors, $1,500 off for roofing, and $2,000 off for siding. Plus this week, 24 months interest-free financing for all products. Keep the cold out and the savings in. Give us a call now.
Universal Windows Direct.
Welcome back, everybody. Kicking things off with a countdown to the Winter Olympics. So excited, guys. We're getting closer. We have just 50 days left until the torch is lit. That'll be on February 6th, 2026. Yeah, it will be. You're taking a live look right now at our Olympic cam, showing you downtown Milan, Cortina, the host city, where
cloudy
those
there.
Beautiful games will be played. It is very cloudy, Steve.
Yeah,
but
foggy
hopefully
as well.
it'll clear up.
Yeah.
Ooh, do we want to take any of that cloud and fog here for ourselves? I would take cloud and fog over the cold and the snow and
I
the
would
rain,
too.
honestly.
Yeah.
So with that being said, but before we get to Steve, I have something to show you guys. Take this, Caleb, this is for you.
All right, cool. So a football fan waiting for the Chicago Bears to play the Browns.
Oh, that's why
Just
you're
going to pause there.
Okay.
On Sunday, amid frigid temperatures, captured a moment where they were trying to pour some of this RC Cola into a cup, but you could see
Oh my
It's like
God.
a
it was
freezy.
so cold
It's
it turned
literally
into a slushy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which actually on a hot summer day would be great. It's just
But
not a hot
we
summer
got
day. But
hundreds of
on
days
that,
left.
according to the Bears website, the temperature at Sunday's noon kickoff was 8 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 13 Celsius, with a wind chill of 2 degrees below zero. The Bears fans were excited. They beat
Go
the
ahead.
Browns 31-3.
It's not hard to beat them these days, right?
Wow.
No. Ohio football teams aren't faring well, though. The Bengals are out of the playoffs. Joe Burrow's not happy.
And then they have to sit through the temperatures with stuff like this. Man.
Yeah, but I will say, this is
I cannot stop looking
that was a
at
day
that.
just to not be outside if
No.
you didn't have to. Saturday night
Crazy.
as well, with all that snow that we saw
Steve, it
move
was
through the
crazy.
area.
Yeah.
Things are shifting now, though. Got some
Hopefully.
rain in the forecast later today, and a gradual warm up, relatively
Yes.
speaking.
Something
With just
to
a
look forward
couple
to.
of minor exceptions, the last couple of weeks of this year are going to be very warm. In fact, we're going to get near 70 by Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, so it's going to be that mild. So some nice weather on the way. Not so nice today as you look at Live Doppler 2 HD. We do have some rain there over roughly the southern half, we'll call it southern 2/3 of the Miami Valley. Some rain moderate there over western Preble County. Some rain there around Springboro, downtown Dayton. Some rain, Fairborn, Springfield. Seeing some generally light rain. We do have a frontal boundary, a cold front off to the west. You can see that just over western Illinois, and that cold front will come through around 7, 8 o'clock-ish as we head through the nighttime hours, and that will bring certainly widespread rain, and it will bring very windy conditions. Those winds are really going to whip up later on this afternoon and into this evening. Right now, already to 49 degrees. That's not bad. Our normal high is 41, so we're already 8 degrees above normal, but it is cloudy. You can see that from our Goodwill Easter Seals camera there in the Trotwood area. And some areas are topping out right now at 50. It's 50 in Wapakoneta, 51 in Minster, 50 in Troy, 50 in Union City. Other areas getting very close to that 50-degree mark. Here's Future Track as we take you through the next several hours. There's rain at 3 o'clock, fairly widespread. And then the beginning of the front starts to work in around 6 o'clock this evening. So it does look like the back half of the evening commute will be a wet one. That line of heavier rain coming through around 7, 8 o'clock tonight, that is the cold front. And after that moves through, well, as you might imagine, temperatures drop off, and we'll see rain change to a little bit of snow, but not expecting any accumulation. Some flurries tomorrow, but then some sunshine tomorrow afternoon. And how much rain are we talking? Well, I think most all areas will pick up at least a ½ inch, maybe up to 3/4 of an inch. Your forecast for today on this Thursday, becoming mostly cloudy, if not already. Windy, cool, rain will develop if it hasn't already in your area, up to 55 today. 23 tonight, rain changing to snow late, but again, no accumulation, certainly windy and colder tomorrow. Enjoy today's high of 55. Tomorrow, just 28 degrees for the high. And quick look at that 7-day forecast to notice we dry out starting Saturday. Winter arrives just after 10 o'clock Sunday morning. And if you look out to Christmas Eve next Wednesday, how about 50 for the high then with just a 30% chance of rain?
So what I'm hearing is our chances for a white Christmas, sir.
Zero. I have to be honest because
Yeah.
we're looking at temperatures. I was telling you guys in the break that we may see maybe 60, upper 60s, low 70s possible on Christmas, and you won't get any snow at that temperature.
And
So
I think that's okay.
Yeah.
We've had plenty, like
I'm
even if it's
fine.
not snowing on the day.
It's like a California Christmas up here.
Yeah, something
exactly.
similar to it. Alrighty.
Yep.
Thanks, Steve. Listen to this, you guys, or look at this rather, because this really is something to check out. More than 300 people dressed in Santa costumes hit the slopes on Sunday
That's
or
fun.
at Sunday River in Norway, Maine for the resort's 25th annual Santa Sunday fundraiser. I had to make sure I was reading that right. Santa Sunday fundraiser. There were hundreds of participants. They were skiing and snowboarding in the Santa suits. And according to the resort, this year's event raised $10,000 for 2 nonprofit organizations. So this is really a good cause. So get dressed up as Santa, come out and play in the snow, ski and snowboard.
If only I could ski well.
This is so cute. I love this. And
That is
everyone is
pretty
just
cool.
so happy to be out there. It looks like almost a
Yeah.
Grinch in a Santa costume.
Braving the elements.
Yeah.
Truly. All right, well, employees at the Louvre voted on Wednesday to extend a strike that had disrupted operations. Union workers were protesting chronic understaffing, building deterioration, and recent management decisions. Culture ministry officials with the unions earlier this week, they held crisis talks and proposed to cancel a funding cut in 2026, open new recruitment for guards and visitor services, and increase pay. Union officials said the measures fell short, though. Employees say the jewel heist in October, you might remember, highlighted some of their concerns.
I might remember. How could I forget? As Kayla coined the phrase, I was excited for that thievery. That was the most interesting thing.
I said that?
No, Kayla.
Oh, okay.
you did
Okay.
not come up with
I was
anything
like,
like that.
I don't remember those words.
But now I am excited for a different reason. We're turning our focus back home now. We know that we recently announced that we've had the end of an era recently. We know earlier this week it was announced that Price stores would be closing their doors for good at the end of this month. But before that store permanently wraps up operations, we're taking a trip down memory lane today. We're looking back at some of the memories that have transformed that store into the long-standing pillar of the community that has turned into. This morning, we're joined by Price's store owner, Mr. Ed Winsad. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
We're doing well. Thank you so much for being here. So tell us from the beginning, if you had a favorite memory from the time of operation with Price's stores, what would it be?
I think the very first day I went in after a couple of months of working in the store to see if I wanted to do it. And then I finally made that decision, and I had a staff meeting the very first day it was official. It meant a lot to me. I had 20-some people up in the second floor in a tuxedo area, and we just all talked about what we were doing moving forward. I saw so much excitement and so much potential that was just a fun day. After 30 years, you have a lot of positives, but that one will remind me because it was just a big day in my life.
Yeah, you guys serve such a unique purpose in the community, helping people, dress to their best. You came in looking very sharp yourself today. I'm curious, what do you think your big takeaway is after, 3 decades doing this now and serving the Miami Valley?
Well, we've seen a lot of changes. Where everybody wore suits, everybody dressed for prom, homecomings, where it was just massive, busy times. The internet has, in fact, impacted that. We've seen a fall off because of the internet. I believe that's not necessarily the way to buy clothes. They call it fitted clothing for a reason. That's been my story forever, and I'm sticking to it forever. But at the same time, the things have changed. We changed with that, and we started carrying more casual things, a different look. So we've just seen a lot of changes, and we've tried to change with them. For 75 years, you have to do something to stay up.
And we're seeing this video here. We see so many famous faces. Do you have a favorite person who has come into the store and asked for your help? If so, who is it?
Well, before me, the obvious President Kennedy situation when President Kennedy was in town for an event, realized he needed a tuxedo, and he didn't have one, so we sent a guy over. He got a tuxedo.
Wow.
We measured him. We took it back. When they sent it back to us, that $100 bill in. We sent back the $100 bill. They tipped the guy $50 and wrote us a nice letter, and we put that letter in our showroom downtown and in our store in Centerville. So that one, we've had several actresses and actors come in the store, even just because people heard about us. We were a destination store. From a lot of people had come from various places, Detroit, St. Louis,
Sure,
just a lot of places.
Mr. Wimsey, kind of the last thing as you all are coming to the end of an era now, what should people know if they want to stop in before the final closing date on December 31st, if I'm not mistaken?
Well, right now the store is totally on a closeout sale. We have everything on the floor marked down, all of our tuxedos, both what's new and used that we have left. We will not miss a wedding party. We've never missed wedding parties. So my thing was we have 4 weddings scheduled for December. We will deliver those weddings. They will maybe keep those tuxes for, I don't know. We haven't decided, just whatever's right. And so everything's on sale, including the fixtures and the hangers and the tables. Just everything's going to go by the end of the year or shortly thereafter.
Mr. Wimsad, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your memories with us. Good luck to you.
Well, thanks for having me.
All right, we are going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're looking ahead to what's coming up in Living Dayton and those React to That responses. You guys don't like eggnog, right? Apple cider all the way? Can't wait to hear. Welcome back, everyone. Time for a look at those React to That responses for today. We want to know, I'll say it first, eggnog, apple cider, hot chocolate, or something maybe
Or
I'm
other.
just not, or other. That's right. So let's hear from you guys. So Brian says, okay, hot mulled apple cider.
Okay.
That sounds delicious.
Okay.
That is the perfect answer, Brian. Now, Eddie says, this is an interesting answer, Eddie. Usually ginger ale, if not water.
I understand that ginger ale being a
Do
holiday
you?
drink. Sure.
Okay. It's not just for when you're not feeling under the weather.
Yeah,
That's
a little
fine.
bit of both.
Okay. Finally, Paul says, oh, Caleb, this is for you. Eggnog. The other two drinks, hot chocolate and apple cider, can be drank any time of the year. However, you can't find eggnog in any grocery stores except during the fall/winter.
Paul is not wrong.
Okay. Good for you, Paul. Good for you and Caleb. All right. So good to know from you guys. Good stuff. So let's move on. Let's look at this.
All right. Well, we are 10 days away from Christmas. Actually, no less than that. We're a week away from Christmas now. And kids here in the U.S. are getting ready to lead the famous snack out, milk and cookies, for the big guy. But what does Santa get in other parts of the world? This was something we talked about earlier this week. In Denmark and Sweden, kids will leave a special rice pudding. In Ireland, Santa will be treated to mince pies filled with dry fruits and spices and a pint of Guinness to wash him down. In Italy and France, he might get a glass of wine, but those countries are more concerned with leaving out hay and carrots. You might wonder why, though. That's for his donkey, because when Santa is in those countries, he relies on his donkey because the reindeer, Rudolph and Comet and Donner and Blitzen, they take a break. And the German children don't leave any food or drink at all, but they write handwritten letters and they decorate them.
Okay.
And then down in Chile, Santa will be treated to a dulce de leche fruitcake and a coffee drink to give him energy for the rest of the night.
That sounds delicious.
So based on what I'm hearing
He's
is
fed.
he gets some
happy.
beer, he's got some wine,
He's got
he
plenty
got
to eat.
some
No wonder
cake,
he's so jolly.
Right?
yeah,
Of course he is.
and the cookies and the milk.
And while we're speaking of all these delicious things,
Oh,
we
gosh,
want to
yeah.
talk to Grace. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
about
no,
what is
you guys got
happening
me
and living
hungry.
at Dayton. Grace, someone I've been wanting to try for a while, is in the kitchen.
Yeah, the Spicy Olive is going to be in the kitchen. She's making a Christmas salad using her flavors of the month, and her salads are always so good. They're vibrant, they're colorful, they're perfect for your holiday table.
And we're learning about what to do when we get some exchanges or gifts, right?
Say you get a gift, maybe it doesn't fit, maybe it's the wrong color, you want to give it back. We're going to be talking with the Better Business Bureau about
gonna
gift
happen.
exchange and returns, because it's going to happen.
It
yeah.
is.
It's happened to everybody at least
Perfect.
once, right? So
Exactly. All right, we'll tune in, Grace. Thank you so much. Caleb Michael, Alexis Bellamy, 2 News Now. Thanks for being here, guys. We'll see you on Friday.